Welcome to Sunrise Paints the Kitchen Still, a gentle and comforting audio story designed to ease you into a state of deep relaxation and peaceful sleep. If you find tranquility in this story and would like to experience more calming narratives, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. Before we step into Amelia's quiet kitchen, we will begin with a simple breathing guidance to help you unwind and prepare for a restful night. If you'd prefer to go directly to the story, you can find chapter timestamps in the video description below. Find a comfortable position, allowing your body to settle deeply into your bed. Feel the gentle support beneath you, like the soft embrace of a favorite armchair. Let your limbs feel heavy and relaxed, as if sinking into warm sand. Imagine yourself in a quiet kitchen, bathed in the soft golden light of early sunrise, just like Amelia. This is your space to let go of the day and welcome the serenity of the coming night. Let the gentle rhythm of the morning kitchen wash over you, guiding you towards peaceful slumber. Now, let's take a calming breath together. Inhale slowly and deeply through your nose, drawing in the peaceful quiet of the morning air. Feel your lungs gently expanding like soft linen curtains billowing in a gentle breeze. Then exhale slowly through your mouth, releasing any tension or lingering thoughts, like steam rising from a warm cup of tea. With each breath, imagine the soft sunrise light filling you with warmth and ease. Visualize the smooth wooden countertops, the gentle curve of a ceramic bowl, the comforting steam rising from a kettle. Let these images fill your mind with tranquility. If your thoughts drift, simply acknowledge them gently, like noticing dust motes dancing in a sunbeam, and then softly guide your attention back to your breath or the sound of my voice. There's nothing you need to do but listen and allow the story to carry you into rest. Feel the gentle rhythm of the morning kitchen, the quiet unfolding of a peaceful day. Let it gently carry away any worries, any concerns, any stresses of the day. Allow yourself to be enveloped by the stillness and warmth of the sunrise-lit kitchen. Now, let's begin our journey into Amelia's morning kitchen, where the gentle light and quiet routines await to guide you into a serene and restful sleep. Chapter 1. First Light. On the countertop, Amelia stirred gently in bed, the faintest hint of dawn just beginning to lighten the edge of the curtains. She listened for a moment to the quiet stillness of the house, a peaceful hush that always settled over everything before the day truly began. A soft sigh escaped her lips, a sigh of contentment and quiet anticipation. She loved these early moments stolen from the rush of daily life, moments that belonged only to her and the quiet awakening of the world. Slowly she rose and padded softly to the door, opening it and stepping out into the hallway. The air was cool against her skin, a refreshing contrast to the warmth of her bed. She moved with a gentle purpose towards the kitchen, her bare feet making almost no sound on the wooden floorboards. The house seemed to breathe softly around her, still draped in the shadows of the night. As she entered the kitchen, the room was still mostly dark, but a faint pre-dawn glow was beginning to creep in through the window. She moved to the window and gently pulled back the curtain, revealing the soft promise of sunrise on the horizon. A sliver of pale gold was just starting to peek over the rooftops, casting a faint, ethereal light into the room. The first light touched the kitchen countertop, illuminating the familiar objects arranged there. A ceramic bowl, its gentle curves softened by the dim light, held a collection of smooth river stones. Beside it, a wooden cutting board, worn smooth with years of use, reflected the faint light with a soft, warm sheen. The surfaces seemed to hum with a quiet energy, absorbing the first gentle rays of the day. Amelia moved to the kettle and filled it with fresh water, the sound of the water filling the metal vessel echoing softly in the stillness. She placed it on the stove and turned the knob, the quiet click of the ignition a small sound in the otherwise silent space. She watched as the blue flame bloomed beneath the kettle, a small point of warmth beginning to spread through the kitchen. While the water heated, she opened the cupboard and reached for her favorite tea caddy, a small tin adorned with faded floral patterns. The scent of Earl Grey tea, subtly citrusy and comforting, wafted up as she opened the lid. She measured out a spoonful of the loose leaves into her teapot, the dry leaves rustling softly like whispers in the quiet air. She leaned against the countertop, her gaze drawn back to the window. The sliver of gold on the horizon was widening, deepening, beginning to paint the sky with soft hues of apricot and rose. The light in the kitchen was growing stronger, gentler, filling the room with a peaceful luminescence. The quiet tick of the kitchen clock on the wall was the only sound now, a steady, rhythmic pulse marking the slow, peaceful unfolding of the morning. She closed her eyes for a moment, breathing deeply, inhaling the cool, still air of the pre-dawn kitchen. A sense of profound peace settled over her, a feeling of being completely present in this quiet moment, surrounded by the gentle promise of a new day. The warmth of the kitchen, the soft light, the quiet stillness. It was a perfect sanctuary, a moment of grace before the world awoke. Chapter 2: The Scent of Lemon and Polished Wood. The kitchen was slowly awakening with the strengthening morning light. The pale gold of sunrise had deepened into a soft, warm yellow, bathing the room in a gentle glow. Amelia moved about the space with a quiet purpose, her movements fluid and unhurried, as if mirroring the slow, deliberate pace of the rising sun. She took a soft cloth from a drawer and dampened it slightly under the tap. The cool water felt refreshing on her fingertips. Moving to the kitchen table, she began to wipe down the surface, the cloth moving in gentle circles over the polished wood. The faint scent of lemon polish rose into the air, a clean, bright fragrance that mingled with the lingering aroma of yesterday's apple pie. Sunlight streamed through the window, catching the tiny dust motes dancing in the air. They shimmered and sparkled, transforming into miniature jewels, each one catching and reflecting the golden light. Amelia watched them for a moment, mesmerized by their silent, swirling dance. A tiny ephemeral ballet performed in the morning sunbeams. She opened the window a crack, the latch clicking softly. A gentle breeze drifted in, carrying with it the distant sound of birdsong, a chorus of cheerful chirps and trills that announced the beginning of the day. Mixed with the birdsong was the fresh, clean scent of morning dew, a cool, green fragrance that spoke of damp earth and awakening life. She inhaled deeply, drawing in the fresh morning air, feeling it fill her lungs with a sense of invigorating calm. The kitchen felt alive now, not with noise or bustle, but with a quiet, gentle energy, a subtle hum of awakening life. The sunlight warmed the wooden surfaces, the area was filled with pleasant scents, and the sounds of nature drifted in from outside. Amelia moved to the countertop and picked up a small potted rosemary plant. The needles were a vibrant green, and the air around it held a faint, herbal fragrance. She gently ran her fingers over the rosemary sprigs, releasing a burst of its distinctive, piney scent. The texture of the needles was slightly rough, yet soft, a small sensory detail that grounded her in the present moment. She placed the rosemary plant on the windowsill, where it could bask in the morning sunlight. Then she turned back to the kitchen, her gaze lingering on the play of light and shadow across the familiar surfaces. The sunlight highlighted the grain of the wood, the texture of the ceramic, the subtle variations in color across the room. The kitchen was more than just a room. It was a sanctuary, a place of quiet comfort and gentle beauty. In the soft morning light, it seemed to reveal new details, new textures, new shades of color that she hadn't noticed before. Each object, each surface seemed to hold a quiet story, a testament to the simple rhythms of daily life. She poured herself a cup of tea, the fragrant steam rising in delicate spirals. Holding the warm mug in her hands, she returned to the window, settling into the window seat, ready to savor the quiet beauty of the morning kitchen as the day unfolded around her. The gentle sounds, the pleasant scents, the soft light, it was a perfect recipe for peace, a moment of stillness and quiet joy in the heart of the home. Chapter 3. Steam from the kettle, warmth in the mug. The gentle whistle of the kettle began to sound, a soft, high-pitched song that filled the kitchen with a comforting warmth. It was a familiar sound, a signal of morning ritual, a promise of warmth and comfort on a quiet morning. Amelia turned from the window seat, the soft fabric of the cushion yielding beneath her movement. She moved to the stove and carefully lifted the kettle, the steam rising in a fragrant cloud. The metal was warm to the touch, radiating a gentle heat. She poured the steaming water into her teapot, the sound of the water gurgling and splashing softly as it filled the vessel. The aroma of Earl Grey tea, now infused with hot water, intensified, filling the kitchen with its citrusy bergamot scent. She set the teapot aside to steep, allowing the hot water to draw out the full flavor of the tea leaves. Then she reached for her favorite mug, a simple ceramic cup with a smooth, rounded shape. It felt comforting in her hands, familiar and welcoming. She ran her fingers along the rim, feeling the gentle curve of the ceramic. After a few moments, she poured the steeped tea into her mug, the dark amber liquid swirling gently as it filled the cup. Steam curled upwards, delicate white ribbons rising into the air, carrying with them the fragrant scent of the tea. She added a small amount of milk, watching as it swirled and clouded the dark tea, softening its color to a warm, creamy hue. Holding the warm mug in both hands, she returned to the window seat. The warmth radiated through her fingers, spreading a comforting sensation through her hands and arms. She settled back against the cushions, the soft fabric enveloping her, creating a cozy nest of warmth and comfort. She raised the mug to her lips and took a slow, deliberate sip of the tea. The warm liquid flowed smoothly down her throat, leaving a lingering warmth in its wake. The taste was subtly sweet, slightly citrusy, and deeply comforting. A familiar and beloved flavor that always brought a sense of peace and contentment. Through the window, she watched the garden slowly coming to life in the strengthening sunlight. The leaves of the trees were unfurling, reaching towards the light, their fresh green color vibrant against the pale blue sky. She noticed tiny droplets of dew clinging to the leaves and blades of grass, each one sparkling like a miniature diamond in the morning sun. A robin hopped onto the windowsill, its bright red breast puffed out, its head cocked inquisitively. It chirped softly, a gentle melodic sound, as if greeting the morning and the quiet kitchen within. Amelia watched it for a moment, appreciating its bright presence, its small moment of life unfolding in the gentle morning light. She took another sip of her tea, the warmth of the mug still radiating through her hands, the fragrant steam still curling upwards. The kitchen was filled with a peaceful stillness, broken only by the gentle sounds of nature from outside and the quiet rhythm of her own breathing. In this moment of quiet solitude, with the warmth of her tea and the gentle light of the morning, she felt a profound sense of peace, a deep connection to the simple beauty of the everyday. Chapter 4. Shadows. Lengthen. Light softens. As the sun climbed higher in the sky, the light in the kitchen began to shift, subtly transforming the atmosphere of the room. The bright, golden light of early morning softened, becoming a warmer, gentler glow. Shadows lengthened and deepened, stretching across the floor and up the walls, creating a play of light and dark that shifted and changed with the movement of the sun. Amelia settled deeper into the window seat, a book resting in her lap. The pages were filled with words, but for now, she simply enjoyed the feel of the book in her hands, the smooth texture of the paper, the gentle weight of the volume. She traced the lines of text with her fingertip, feeling the slight indentation of the ink on the page. The light from the window warmed the pages of the book, casting a soft, golden rectangle on the creamy paper. She opened the book to a random page and began to read, her eyes following the lines of text, her mind gently engaging with the words and images they conjured. The story was a quiet one, a tale of everyday life and simple joys, perfectly suited to the peaceful atmosphere of the morning kitchen. The pages turned with a soft rustle, a gentle sound that punctuated the quiet stillness of the room. She read slowly, deliberately, savoring each sentence, each phrase, allowing the words to unfold in her mind like delicate blossoms. The rhythm of reading, the quiet focus of her attention, was itself a calming and meditative practice. She paused in her reading, lifting her gaze from the page and looking out the window. The garden was now fully bathed in sunlight. vibrant and alive with color and movement. Butterflies fluttered among the flowers, their wings delicate and patterned, their flight a graceful dance in the warm air. Bees buzzed busily from blossom to blossom, collecting nectar and pollen, their gentle humming a peaceful soundtrack to the morning. A bumblebee, larger and furrier than the honeybees, landed on a flower pot on the windowsill right beside her. It lumbered slowly across the rim of the pot, its fuzzy body brushing against the terracotta. She watched it closely, fascinated by its slow, deliberate movements, its gentle exploration of its surroundings. The buzzing of its wings was a low, soothing hum, a peaceful counterpoint to the quiet turning of the pages of her book. She closed her book, placing it gently on the window seat beside her. The light in the kitchen was now softer, more diffused, creating a sense of cozy warmth and gentle intimacy. The shadows were longer, reaching across the room, softening the edges of objects, creating a sense of depth and tranquility. The morning was moving towards midday, the pace of the day still slow and unhurried. In the quiet kitchen, bathed in the softened sunlight, Amelia felt a sense of deep peace, a feeling of being completely at ease, completely present in the gentle unfolding of the morning. The light, the shadows, the quiet sounds, the simple act of reading it was all a source of quiet joy, a moment of peaceful contentment in the heart of her day. Chapter 5. A quiet breakfast, ready for the day. The kitchen was now bathed in the warm, mellow light of late morning. The sun was higher in the sky, casting a softer, more diffused glow throughout the room. The shadows were long and gentle, creating a sense of depth and tranquility. A feeling of peaceful stillness permeated the air, a quiet hum of contentment that settled over everything. Amelia rose from the window seat, stretching gently, her body feeling relaxed and at ease. She moved to the countertop and began to prepare a simple breakfast. She took out a loaf of bread, the crust golden brown and fragrant. The scent of freshly baked bread filled the kitchen, a warm, comforting aroma that mingled with the lingering scent of tea and lemon polish. She sliced 2 pieces of bread and placed them in the toaster, the quiet click of the lever, a small sound in the peaceful kitchen. While the toast browned, she washed and sliced a ripe peach, its skin velvety soft, its flesh fragrant and juicy. The sweet scent of the peach mingled with the toasting bread, creating a delicious and inviting aroma. The toaster popped, the warm slices of toast rising up, golden brown and crisp. She carefully removed them and placed them on a plate. Then she spread a thin layer of butter over the warm toast, watching as it melted slowly, soaking into the porous surface. The buttery scent added another layer to the already fragrant kitchen air. She arranged the slices of peach beside the toast on the plate, the vibrant orange of the fruit a cheerful contrast to the golden brown of the bread. She poured herself another cup of tea, the steam rising gently from the mug, carrying with it the comforting scent of Earl Grey. She sat down at the kitchen table, placing her breakfast before her. The sunlight streamed through the window, warming her face and hands. She took a moment to appreciate the simple beauty of the meal, the colors, the scents, the textures. It was a simple breakfast, yet it felt rich and satisfying in the quiet stillness of the morning. She ate slowly, savoring each bite, the crispness of the toast, the sweetness of the peach, the warmth of the tea, the quiet sounds of the kitchen, the gentle ticking of the clock, the soft rustling of leaves outside the window formed a peaceful backdrop to her meal. She ate mindfully, paying attention to the flavors and textures, appreciating the simple pleasure of nourishment. As she finished her breakfast, she could hear the gentle sounds of her family beginning to stir within the house. Soft footsteps overhead, a muffled voice, the distant sound of running water. The house was slowly awakening, preparing for the day ahead. But in the quiet kitchen, bathed in the soft morning light, Amelia felt a sense of calm readiness, a feeling of being grounded and centered, ready to embrace the day with peace and gentle joy, nourished by the stillness of her morning kitchen.